Stop stressing about student loans. There's an even bigger financial trap waiting for you. Filial responsibility laws. These laws could make you responsible for your parents' debts. Stay tuned to learn what you need to know. Remember to like and subscribe for more Money Smart Basics videos. If you have any suggestions for financial literacy topics, please leave a comment. Stay until the end to receive a bonus tip. Millennials and Gen Z, you're facing an uphill battle. Student loans are weighing you down. Finding affordable housing feels impossible. The job market? It's tough out there. You're stuck in a cycle of debt and low wages. The system feels rigged against you. You're already dealing with enough. Student loan debt, sky-high rent, stagnant wages. Now imagine this, you're hit with a massive bill for your parents' medical care. It could be tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. This is the reality of filial responsibility laws. These laws exist in over half of U.S. states. They can hold you legally responsible for your parents' unpaid medical and nursing home bills. We're here to shed light on these laws and give you the tools to protect yourself. Let's talk about the elephant in the room: student loans. We've all heard the horror stories, the graduates drowning in debt, forced to put their lives on hold. The average student loan debt is a staggering $38,000. Imagine graduating with so much debt that you can't afford to rent an apartment, let alone buy a house. This is the reality for many young people. They're told that education is the key to success, but that key comes with a hefty price tag. Since 1980, the cost of college tuition has skyrocketed by over 150%. Meanwhile, wages have barely budged. It's easy to feel like the system is rigged against you. You're told to go to college, get a good job, and live the American dream, but the reality is far more complex. The cost of college has become unsustainable, forcing students to take out massive loans just to get by. These loans, with their high interest rates, become a ball and chain, limiting your choices and dictating your financial future. The system is designed to profit from your aspirations. It's time to call out this flawed system and demand better. The impact of student loan debt extends far beyond monthly payments. It's a weight that drags down your financial future, delaying dreams and forcing you to make difficult choices. Imagine putting off buying a home because your student loan payments eat up a significant chunk of your income. Imagine delaying starting a family because you're terrified of bringing a child into a world where you're already struggling financially. These are the real-life consequences of the student loan crisis. It's a crisis that demands attention and action. We need solutions that provide relief for current borrowers and make college more affordable. Remember that dream of owning a home? It's getting further out of reach for many. Why? Because the housing market is out of control. We're not just talking about buying a house. Even renting has become outrageously expensive. Over the past few years, home prices have skyrocketed. In many cities, they've doubled. This insane surge in prices has pushed homeownership out of reach for many millennials and Gen Z. But it's not just buying. Renting has become a nightmare too. This housing crisis creates a vicious cycle. You're stuck renting, paying exorbitant prices, which makes it impossible to save for a down payment. So you're trapped, funneling your hard-earned money into your landlord's pocket, month after month, year after year. It's a frustrating and disheartening situation. You're working hard, but it feels like you're stuck on a hamster wheel, running and running but getting nowhere. This housing crisis isn't just about numbers, it's about people. This housing crisis is a major roadblock to financial stability for many millennials and Gen Z. It's hard to get ahead when such a huge chunk of your income is going towards rent. It makes saving for retirement feel like a pipe dream. It forces you to make tough choices, cut back on necessities, take on extra jobs, or even move away from loved ones in search of affordability. Everyone deserves a safe and affordable place to live, We need solutions to this crisis, like building more affordable housing and implementing rent control measures. Remember the promise of a stable career, the kind our parents had with benefits and a pension? That's becoming a distant memory for many millennials and Gen Z. The job market has changed drastically. The rise of the gig economy, while offering flexibility, has also created a workforce characterized by instability and lack of benefits. We're talking about the Uber drivers, the food delivery cyclists, the freelance writers, the online tutors, the list goes on. While these gigs can provide a source of income, they often lack the security and benefits of traditional employment. There's no paid sick leave, no health insurance, no retirement contributions. You're on your own, hustling from one gig to the next, just to make ends meet. Even for those fortunate enough to land a traditional 9-to-5 job, the days of comprehensive benefits packages are fading. Employers are cutting back on benefits, leaving employees to shoulder the burden of healthcare, retirement savings, and other essential needs. Remember that gold-plated health insurance your parents had? The one that covered almost everything? Yeah, those days are gone. Today, even with employer-sponsored healthcare, many are stuck with high deductibles, co-pays, and limited coverage. And pensions? Forget about it. They're practically extinct. Instead, you're expected to manage your own retirement savings, often with little to no guidance or employer contributions. It's a daunting task, especially when you're already struggling to make ends meet. This combination of low wages, unstable employment, and lack of benefits creates a perfect storm for financial instability. Many millennials and Gen Z find themselves stuck in survival mode, living paycheck to paycheck, just trying to keep their heads above water. Saving for the future feels like an impossible dream when you're struggling to afford basic necessities. Retirement, home ownership, starting a family. These aspirations feel like distant galaxies when you're trapped in the daily grind of just getting by. This financial pressure takes a toll. It affects mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. We've talked about the student loan crisis, the housing nightmare, and the struggles of the job market. But there's another threat to your financial well-being, one that's often hidden in plain sight: filial responsibility laws. These laws, lurking in the legal shadows, could turn your life upside down. Imagine this. You're finally making some headway on your student loans. Then bam, you're hit with a lawsuit demanding you pay for your aging parents' medical bills or nursing home care. This isn't science fiction, it's the reality of filial responsibility laws. These laws, present in over half of U.S. states, make adult children legally obligated to cover their parents' unpaid medical expenses or long-term care costs. You're probably thinking, how can this be legal? I never signed anything agreeing to this. The frustrating truth is that in states with filial responsibility laws, your signature isn't required. These laws often stem from a time when families lived closer together and caring for aging parents was an inherent part of life. But times have changed. Families are spread across the country, struggling with their own financial burdens. Yet, these outdated laws remain, often enforced when nursing homes and medical providers seek to recoup costs from family members. This legal patchwork creates confusion and anxiety, leaving many unsure of their rights and obligations. You might be thinking, this will never happen to me, but the reality is, it can happen to anyone. Filial responsibility lawsuits are becoming increasingly common as the cost of healthcare and long-term care continues to skyrocket. Nursing homes and medical providers, facing mounting unpaid bills, are turning to family members as a last resort. And it's not just about nursing home care. These laws can be applied to a wide range of medical expenses, from hospital stays to prescription drugs. Imagine being hit with a massive bill for your parents' cancer treatment or a sudden medical emergency. Let's take a look at a real-life example that sent shockwaves through the nation. In 2012, a Pennsylvania man named John found himself at the center of a legal battle that highlighted the harsh realities of filial responsibility laws. John, already struggling to make ends meet, received a notice that turned his world upside down. He was being sued for a staggering $93,000. The reason? His mother's unpaid nursing home bill. John's mother, facing declining health, had required extensive care at a nursing home facility. Like many families, John and his siblings had assumed Medicare and their mother's limited savings would cover the costs. They were wrong. John's story is not unique. It's a scenario that plays out all too often in states with filial responsibility laws. Adult children, already grappling with their own financial challenges, are blindsided by lawsuits demanding payment for their parents' care. These lawsuits can drain bank accounts, force the sale of homes, and push families into bankruptcy. In John's case, the $93,000 debt represented years of his income. He was a hard-working man, holding down a steady job. But he was not wealthy. This lawsuit threatened to derail his life, all because of a legal obligation he had no control over. John's legal battle dragged on for months, causing immense stress and anxiety for him and his family. The constant threat of financial ruin hung over their heads, casting a shadow over their lives. The lawsuit strained relationships, as siblings argued over responsibility and the best course of action. John's story serves as a cautionary tale for families across the country. It highlights the importance of understanding your state's laws regarding filial responsibility and taking proactive steps to protect yourself and your loved ones. John's case is a stark reminder that ignorance of the law is no excuse. Even if you are unaware of these laws, you can still be held accountable. That's why it's crucial to have open and honest conversations with your parents about their long-term care wishes and to explore options like long-term care insurance. John's story is not meant to scare you, but to empower you. By understanding the potential risks and taking proactive steps, you can protect yourself and your family from the devastating consequences of these hidden laws. The first line of defense against filial responsibility laws is communication. Yes, it can be an uncomfortable conversation to have, but talking to your parents about their long-term care plans is crucial. Don't wait until a crisis hits. Start the conversation now, while everyone is still healthy and able to make informed decisions. Approach the topic with empathy and understanding. Your parents may be reluctant to discuss these matters, but reassure them that you're not trying to take over their lives, but rather to ensure their well-being and protect everyone involved. Start by asking open-ended questions about their wishes for the future. Where do they see themselves living as they age? Have they considered assisted living facilities or in-home care options? Do they have any long-term care insurance policies in place? These conversations can be emotionally charged, but remember to approach them with compassion and a genuine desire to understand their perspective. While communication is key, it's equally important to take concrete steps to protect your financial well-being. Remember, filial responsibility laws vary from state to state, so it's crucial to research the specific laws in your area. Don't rely on hearsay or assumptions. Consult with an elder law attorney to get accurate and up-to-date information about your state's laws and your potential obligations. An elder law attorney can help you understand the nuances of the law, assess your risk, and explore strategies to mitigate your liability. They can also provide guidance on navigating legal documents, such as powers of attorney and advance healthcare directives, which can clarify your role and responsibilities in your parents' care. In addition to legal advice, consider exploring financial planning options. Long-term care insurance, while an added expense, can provide a safety net for your parents and protect your financial future. Discuss the pros and cons of long-term care insurance with your parents and a financial advisor to determine if it's a viable option for your family. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about filial responsibility laws, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself and your loved ones. Don't bury your head in the sand and hope for the best. Be proactive, educate yourself, and take action. Share this information with your friends, family, and colleagues. Many people are completely unaware of these laws and the potential financial risks they pose. By spreading awareness, you can help others protect themselves and their families. Remember, you're not alone in this. Millions of Millennials and Gen Z are facing similar challenges, navigating a complex and often unforgiving financial landscape. By staying informed, seeking professional guidance, and taking proactive steps, you can safeguard your financial future and ensure that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. Don't let these hidden laws derail your dreams. Take control, empower yourself, and secure your financial well-being. Millennials and Gen Z, you're facing an uphill battle, but don't let these hidden laws break you. Knowledge is power. You have the ability to shape your financial destiny. Start by having those tough conversations with your loved ones. Explore your options, whether it's long-term care insurance or legal advice. Most importantly, keep fighting for a better future, one where your dreams aren't held hostage by outdated laws and financial burdens. Your financial well-being is worth fighting for. Stay informed, stay proactive, and never stop advocating for yourself and your future. Congratulations! You made it to the end of the video. With that, you are ahead of 90% of most people in America. Here is the bonus tip that we promised. I'm sure you've heard the news. Family disputes aren't fun. Whether it's rent, medical bills, or care expenses, a simple written agreement can save you from future headaches. Protect yourself legally, and keep the peace in the family. Always document financial arrangements, even with family. The information in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and is not intended as financial advice. We are not financial advisors, and the content should not be construed as professional financial advice. Always seek the advice of a qualified financial advisor or other professional regarding your specific financial situation. The use of any information provided in this video is solely at your own risk. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more Money Smart Basics videos.